There was a time when the Chinese model of development was considered almighty. The coronavirus outbreak has exposed the vulnerability of this model. Authentic information is being stifled. Vigilant doctors have been put behind bars. Local leaders are being made scapegoats of Beijing's deficiency. And the Chinese people are beginning to lose faith in their own government. Tonight, we'll cover all these sides. But let me start by asking you a question. Are you confused about the coronavirus? If you are, do not feel left out. So is the Chinese regime. They just have no clue, it seems. First, they changed the screening process for identifying patients. And now they've revised the death toll. China's National Health Commission says they have discovered duplication in data collection and recording of deaths. And now they have subtracted 108 deaths from the cumulative figure, which apparently had been inflated by inaccurate counting, their own. The total number of deaths now stands at 1,380 apparently. What about the infections? More than 5,000 more cases have been reported in mainland China, but this is according to its new broader definition of diagnosis, which we discussed yesterday. And given the math that the Health Commission has been doing of late, we cannot vouch for any of these figures. Suffice to say, there are lots of cases in China. The battle against the coronavirus is getting more chaotic. Hundreds of frontline medics in China are said to have caught this virus. The Chinese state media says probably 1,700. 6 of them have reportedly died. Nearly 90% of these medics are operating on ground zero in Wuhan and across the Hubei province. The state-run Xinhua news agency says these medics will be compensated. The headline is on your screens. Subsidies, allowances, injury insurance. A slew of such measures and promises have been announced, as those who raised the alarm before the outbreak still languish in jail. Back in the corridors of power in Beijing, a leadership shake-up is underway. There are some high-ranking political casualties of the coronavirus. Several provincial bosses have been removed from their posts. The reason? Slow handling of the outbreak. And this includes the secretary of the Hubei Provincial Committee, Jiang Chaoliang, and Ma Guoqiang, the Communist Party chief in Hubei's capital, Wuhan. Beijing is running out of patience, it seems, and it will not take an iota of blame for itself. This purge coincided with the State Council meeting yesterday, where it was decided that this overhaul will be expanded to other provinces. And present in this meeting was none other than President Xi Jinping himself. He stressed on how the outbreak is a test for the country's governance system and governing capacity. He's also using it to further centralize power. The rules that the president is preaching clearly do not apply to himself or the top bosses who are busy touring public places and instilling faith in the people's war. That's what they're calling it, the people's war. The Chinese regime is describing its measures thus.
为有效防控疫情提供支持回答，车上防向正从车上走出的旅客挥手致意，询问路上是否顺利，车上防护措施怎么样。旅客们回答趋势。负责人汇报国家实施延长假期、灵活安排复工和引导错峰出行等举措。
And here is another fallout of the virus. Recession. The possibility of one is looming over Singapore. The country's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong has said as much. The first world leader to do so, in fact. In a very significant statement, Mr. Loong said that Singapore's economy is set to take a hit due to the coronavirus and that its impact has already exceeded that of SARS. This virus could also cause losses up to $5 billion in airline revenue. This is according to International Civil Aviation Organization, a United Nations body. 70 airlines have cancelled flights in and out of China. 50 others have reduced their operations. Estimates say that this will lead to a reduction of nearly 20 million passengers. On one hand, there's a race to control the outbreak. On the other, a race to restore faith in the World Health Organization. The body seems to be lacking in concretely and effectively addressing the challenge. This statement will help you understand.
The advice that we've received externally from WHO is that there's no case for any contingency plans of cancelling the games or moving the games.
You heard that. The World Health Organization has shown the green light to the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. We all like optimism. But this is a 17-day event that is due to start on the 24th of July. Last we checked, Japan had reported 28 cases of the coronavirus. The outbreak is showing no signs of abating. The battle has to be both on medical and psychological fronts. Yes, the world is better equipped than it was during the 2003 SARS outbreak, but the threat of this virus is spiraling out of control, and it shouldn't be downplayed given China's record.